you to Takayo here this Monday afternoon at Buffalo Wild Wings' old Eastwood Road location. Mike Vaccaro with you alongside Takayo Siddle, head coach of the Seahawks, as we break down a couple of wins for UNCW at home. The Seahawks back home and certainly took advantage of that. Wins on Thursday and on Sunday. We'll recap those. We'll also look ahead to two games this week, a split week on the road Thursday and then home on Saturday against Charleston. That game 6 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. It is MLK Day as well. We're going to later on talk about the role that basketball has in the I Have a Dream speech. I don't know if you know this story or not, but we're going to talk about this later on and the connection between college basketball and that speech as well on this MLK Day as we bring in Coach here. And you said last week, hey, everyone's going to come back with smiles on their face here this week. Certainly that is the case here. You included as well. Before we dive into these games, in your mind, what was the key to getting back on track, getting 2 home wins in conference play?
Yeah, the key was making sure that we handled the adversity the right way. And, the main message was for us not to hang our heads and feel sorry for ourselves and make sure that we attack our process and attack each day and everything that was in front of us, attack it with great energy and, just have a winning type of energy about us. And we certainly did that. We had really good practice, prep days, and, we were able to come in and have enough fight in that first game on Thursday to get us feeling back well, and then it carried over into yesterday.
We always talk about conference play. It's a different animal. You saw that in the landscape of college basketball last week. So many highly ranked teams on the road in conference play went down. I mean, that kind of tells you what you need to know and all you need to know when it comes to conference play, and it's just different.
It is different. You look around the country and there's really good teams, ranked teams with a 1-3, 1-4 conference record to start off, and it just lets you know like it's a different game. The physicality is turned up, the energy's turned up. It's a possession game, so you can't afford to blow a lot of coverages and make a lot of mistakes because good teams make you pay, and we have a lot of good teams in our league.
You talk about the physicality. You started it off with some very physical teams when you talk about Drexel, Towson, and Monmouth and Delaware as well. Is that where you see the difference you mentioned there? But yeah. Did you see the difference going from non-conference to playing those teams in particular?
Yeah, we were able to, in non-conference, we were able to be a little bit more finesse and free-flowing, with our offense. And then when we got into league play, it was more of a grinded-out, half-court type of game. They were limiting our transition opportunities. And so we had to get used to the physicality, and I think the 2 teams that we started off with helped us. We preached it and talked about it a ton before we even started playing, but I don't think our guys could quite understand it. But we adjusted, and I think over the last couple games we were the tougher team.
When you look back at the non-conference slate, any opponents that you played, those kind of games that you've seen similar to conference play, or is it just too different?
Well, I mean, the East Carolina game, they brought that physicality that these other 4 teams that we played, they brought the physicality. Arkansas, they brought a lot of physicality, and they really imposed their will on us. Those are 2 games that I think about. App State, they played really physical with us, and so those are some of the teams that I think about. But after you get removed from them, then the game plan changes a little bit for your next opponent. So you're talking and harping on different things. But we made our adjustment. I think our guys understand that if we always tell them you have to bring a few things with you every night. You have to compete, you have to be extremely tough, and you have to be physical. Those are 3 things we talk about always taking with us because we can control those things, and we did that over the last 2.
2 weeks into conference play, there are 8 teams tied at 2-2. Atop the conference, Drexel's 5-0, Charleston 4-0, but 8 teams at 2-2. Unlike last year, it seems like it's going to be a little bit more competitive. Yeah. It's not just a top half and everybody else. You're going to have maybe 8-10 teams all legitimately vying for those top 4 spots. Is that what you see after the first couple of weeks?
It is. The league is better. It's better. It's about 8 or 9 really good teams. It reminds me of our first year here when I was an assistant coach, when we had 4 teams that tied for first place with a 12-6 record, and we were one of those teams. But it's the margin of error is very thin, and we have to make sure that we're valuing each possession, because these games are tough. If you look at it, Mike, is when we're playing at home, my concern is us getting too frantic, us not locking in to what we're trying to accomplish on both ends of the floor because of our crowd. And I love our crowd. I love playing at home, but our guys don't focus the way that they need to. So that's a concern for me. And then when we go on the road and we're playing in, say if we're playing at one of the teams that are at the bottom, us not taking them serious like we need to. And then another element is when we go on the road and we're playing a team that's not as good, and the crowd is dead, and us not having the right energy. So, we have to make sure we're mature enough to handle each situation.
Yeah, always concerned about yourself, block out the crowd, whether it's for you or against you in a lot of situations once you get into conference play. But let's talk about that crowd for a moment here, because it's back-to-back sellouts, expected obviously to be another sellout come Saturday with Charleston in town as well. What does it mean to have that support, certainly this season with so much on the line?
It means everything. It means everything. Without the crowd yesterday, I don't know if we would have won the game. We didn't get a ton of stops throughout the second half, but when we needed them the most, our crowd got into it and we were able to get stops. But our crowd is everything to us. We don't take that for granted. We have the best home court advantage in our league, and one of the best in the country. I always say that. So I'm very thankful. Our guys are very thankful. They really enjoy playing at home in front of 5,100 people. It's a special feeling. But like I just said, the concern for me is always, hey, let's just lock in. Because I always, me and you talk about it all the time, the crowd is great, but they can't make shots for you, they can't defend for you, they can't rebound for you. We have to make sure we're mature enough to understand that and go out and execute what we need to execute.
And it's nice to have a mature team, an older team in the conference for UNCW this season. Well, we're just getting started here. We'll take questions from the audience, and we want to hear from them as well, not just questions from me. Well, again, when we come back, we're going to talk about Monmouth. We'll get to Delaware and also preview ahead Elon and Charleston. And again, on this MLK Day, we'll talk about the connection that college basketball has with the I Have a Dream speech from Martin Luther King. So stay with us. A lot to get to here today. We'll be back in just a moment here talking to Takayo on this Monday afternoon.
Bourbon and barbecue sauce together as one at Buffalo Wild Wings? Bet I know how it happened. One night at a dimly lit B-Dubs, smooth bourbon bumped into tangy barbecue sauce. They chat, flirt, bat eyelashes. B-Dubs barbecue goes home with bourbon. Some hickory incense is lit. It's a full-on seduction when they just, hey ho, sorry, you know what? Got carried away there. It's just this bourbon barbecue sauce is that good. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
Limited time only while supplies last. Please drink responsibly.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talking basketball, but legendary teams let their performance do the talking. Like the Ford Bronco SUV, rugged and powerful, so you can conquer just about any terrain. Connectivity that allows you to stay in touch, designed to make your adventures worth talking about for years to come. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. That's what legends are made of. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
All-Star Flags is the Cape Fear source for all of your flag-related needs with high-quality American-made flags and poles. We also specialize in custom flags and banners, including the championship banners hanging within Trask Coliseum. All-Star Flags offers full-service installation on flagpoles, both residential and commercial. Visit our showroom and browse through our selection of U.S., state, military, sports, and international flags. Or check us out online at allstarflags.com. All-Star Flags, quality in every star.
The Ogden Tap Room opened its doors in the summer of 2013. The goal? Create a family-friendly restaurant and bar where the locals gather to eat, drink, and celebrate special occasions. 5 years later, It's just that. We open daily for lunch and dinner, and the bar is well known for its state-of-the-art draft system. We also have a wonderful patio that's perfect for live music and events. Come join us at the Ogden Tap Room. We'd love to share our great food, drinks, and service with you.
It's bow time. 'Tis the season for food and family, but thanks to Bojangles, you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen when loved ones come home for the holidays. Set down the spatula and put away the mixing bowls, because this holiday season, Bojangles is ready to help you celebrate with all your family favorites, like Chicken Supreme, Cajun Filet Biscuits, or a big bowl box of hand-breaded chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and fixins for the whole family. We'll make the food so you can focus on making memories. Head to Bojangles and gift yourself a taste of home. It's bow time.
Keith Alton with Alpha Mortgage. As a former Seahawk, I know the importance of teamwork. So whether you're here at Trask Coliseum or at beautiful Brooks Field, take comfort in knowing that my team has you covered. From downtown to the suburbs to the beach. Give Alpha Mortgage a call. And go Hawks!
Join O2 Fitness and save $15 per month with the UNCW Student Special. Your membership gives you access to all 4 locations in Wilmington, located on Independence Boulevard, Racine Drive, in Mayfair Town Center, and in Porter's Neck. Visit in club or go to o2fitnessclubs.com/UNCW. That's the letter O, the number 2, fitnessclubs with an S.com/UNCW, and a membership advisor will help you get started with your student rate.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Talking to Takayo here this Monday afternoon, Buffalo Wild Wings Old Eastwood Road location. Glad to have you with us here today. Mike Vaccaro with Takayo Siddle. All right, Coach, again, you go on the road, tough place to play, 0-2 to start conference play, but you come home. You know 3 of your next 4 games were going to be at home. Let's start with Monmouth here. You had a chance to watch him, I know, a week ago Monday. Watch Xander Rice go for 29 in the win against Northeastern. So you saw that. You also broke down other tape as well. Your concerns going into this game against the Hawks?
Yeah, in my opinion, and I told our guys this, I thought they were the hardest playing team in our league that I've seen up to that point. So very concerned about that. Very concerned about their physicality. Xander Rice, obviously, when we started talking about personnel, he was at the top of the scouting report. He is a dynamic scorer. But they've done a really good job of surrounding him with good pieces that fit together. Some guys that they had sitting out last year, some transfers. Very good basketball team, much improved. They play the right way. They're well coached. So we were very concerned going into the game about a lot of things. But more importantly, we were focused on making sure that we were right, making sure that we took care of us. And I think we did that.
Very physical game. A lot of whistles here in this contest. Obviously, you took advantage, 26 of 31 from the free throw line. I mean, again, did you think it was going to be that physical of a game and that many whistles?
I didn't. You never know how it's going to be called, but we knew it would be. I told the guys it'd be like a UFC fight. That type of physicality and body on body contact, like we knew it would be. We knew it would be a war. And we were prepared for it. I didn't know they were going to call that many fouls, but we always try to prepare ourselves to get to the free throw line and be successful at the free throw line. So, we were able to capitalize on a lot of our free throw attempts.
In this game, Shaquem Phillips was so pivotal because he gets early fouls in the first half, doesn't play much. Second half, he's in there, and it just seemed like the offense right now is rolling better with him on the floor for a guy who's a point guard this season. Is that kind of your takeaway from what you saw, half number 1, half number 2?
Yeah, he's so tough to defend because he's always coming at you. And, I don't think people that have never played, I don't think they realize that's tough. That's tough. You have to be in shape. He's a physical 6'2" guard that's athletic, one of the fastest, quickest guys that I've ever been around. So it's tough to cover him. And he played well, and he came up in the clutch for us when we needed it the most. But I showed him some film after that game. There's so much more out there for him to get, and if we can tap into that, we can be really dangerous.
Yeah, Shy Time becoming a real thing here this season for UNCW. And I know, Malik Harden-Hayes, this is a guy you're trying to get going back in the right path, and you did some extra work with him. And you told me pregame you drew up that play early on to make sure that he was involved. He had the first 2 points of both halves in that game.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily work out the way I wanted it to start, but it finished the way I wanted it to. He, we were trying to get him to sneak in on a post up right around the rim, but he ended up catching it off the block, and he's really good at making mid-range jump shots. He was able to convert on that, but it was good to see the basketball go in for him. But I thought overall, Mike, his energy on both ends of the floor was really good. He's flying around, and that's when he's at his best.
Yeah, 14 points in this game, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Shaquem Phillips, 16 points for him, 14 in the second half. He was 5 of 8. And then Trezarian White, 12 points, 8 rebounds in this game. Didn't have a high shooting percentage, but able to get to the free throw line, 4 for 4 in that game as well. And as you get into conference play, yes, sir, you play 12 guys, but at the end of the game, it's 5, 6, maybe 7 guys. Have you kind of narrowed your rotation down a little bit when it comes to crunch time?
Yeah. I mean, after last night, it's going to change. It's going to change a little bit more. We got to tighten up. We got to sharpen up, and so it'll change. I think it'll be one of those game by game things. Just trying to find out who is a good finishing lineup for us. More so on the defensive end, just tightening up down there. But right now, it's between about 5 to 8 guys that could be in that end of game lineup.
Consistent leading scorers have been Trezarian White, Shaquem Phillips. How do those guys help each other and make each other better basketball players?
I think just being who they are, being aggressive, because if Shai's not aggressive and Trey's aggressive, then everybody's just going to key in on him and vice versa. So just being who they are and kind of feeding off each other, and at the same time, as they're being aggressive, making sure that, okay, you guys are our best playmakers, so the other guys need you to pass them the ball when they're open, because they need others to score. You know what I mean? Like they can't break down off the dribble and go ISO ball like they can. They need you to pass them the ball when they're open. So just being who they are.
Again, UNCW, the win over Monmouth on Thursday, 69-56, the final score. Big night from the free throw line, as mentioned, 26 of 31. Again, took care of the basketball, only 9 turnovers in this game, 4-16 for Monmouth. Took advantage of that, 14 points off turnovers for UNCW. Coach, it was the first win for you when you didn't score 70 points this season, 69 points as well. So does that tell you anything about your team and how you're able to kind of mature a little bit and evolve a little bit as you get into conference play?
Well, in these conference games, they all are going to be different. There's so many different styles. You have to be able to win all types of games, whether it's in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. We have to be able to find a way to win those type of games. And, hopefully we continue to trend in the right direction with that.
And it seems like in both these games, that 50-50 balls, you're seeing Seahawks dive on the floor every single time. That's going to put a smile on your face.
It does. I actually just got, I got Hunter. He keeps track of that. I got him to give me the 50-50 ball numbers over the last 4 and our deflection numbers over the last 4 games. And, we're a little bit ahead of our opponents in those areas, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a buzzword, but it makes a difference at the end of the game how much you're diving on the floor and making things happen. So UNCW, part of getting that win on Thursday, 69-56 over Monmouth. We'll take another break here. When we get back, we'll talk about the Delaware game, another sellout crowd in Trask Coliseum yesterday afternoon, and an entertaining ball game to say the least, UNCW and the Blue Hens. Stay with us. More to come after this.
Wilmington has trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments for more than 76 years. Come visit our brand new store in Independence Mall and shop the area's largest selection of diamonds, bridal jewelry, diamond fashion, Pandora, and much more. Wilmington has voted Reed's as the best jeweler for a reason. Quality jewelry, a friendly atmosphere, and personalized service are what sets us apart. Come visit us to celebrate all life's moments at Reed's Jewelers' beautiful new store at Independence Mall.
Kennedy's Real Estate Service is your local company for all your residential, brokerage, management, and appraisal needs in the Wilmington and New Hanover County area. Tim is not only a UNCW alumni, he has been your friendly broker since 1994 and providing residential appraisal since 1997. Give him a call, 910-799-1068, or visit him on the web at kennedyres.com.
Dr. Christopher Branco of Oleander Chiropractic wants you to know that you don't have to be a UNCW athlete to be treated like one. Stop by Oleander Chiropractic on Oleander Drive in the Arboretum behind Port City, Java, and you'll get the best care in a safe, comfortable family atmosphere. Dr. Branco has 15 years experience and is the official chiropractic consultant of UNCW Athletics. Oleander Chiropractic is open Monday through Friday with morning and evening appointments available. Most insurance is accepted. For help, tips, and coupons, visit OleanderChiropractic.com.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Mix and match your favorite flavors like buttermilk ranch, honey mustard, and spicy. Endless combinations start with 2 warm tortillas, each filled with 100% white meat, juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside, hand-breaded chicken tenders. Any 2 wraps, now just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. These items only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Visit restaurant for details.
Walk-On athletes put everything they got into the game. Walk-On Sports Bistro puts everything they got into bringing you game day with the taste of Louisiana. Dig in to mouth-watering made-from-scratch Louisiana cuisine like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp. Plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. All in front of 70-plus TVs with 40 beers on tap. Watching the game at home? Well, Walk-On's family and friends bundles are available to go. You can order online or through the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, more than restaurant. 3710 Oleander Drive in Wilmington.
Experience what coastal living is all about in a sailfish boat from Marine Warehouse Center. Sailfish boats have been a trusted name in fishing for over 30 years with expertly crafted boats that provide the ultimate offshore fishing and on-water family experiences. Our boats are packed to the brim with features to accommodate the entire crew. Marine Warehouse has sailfish boats with Yamaha-powered outboards in stock. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Marine Warehouse on Market Street or marinewarehousecenter.com. Be your best self with a membership to Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. Planet Fitness's goals for members is to feel fit-tacular through exceptional PF member experiences. For just 33 cents a day, that's $10 a month, you'll build both fitness and relationships. The Wilmington area has 3 locations, including one close to campus on Kerr Avenue and also one in Shallotte. Let Planet Fitness make you a better you and have a little fun along the way. Check out Planet Fitness at planetfitness.com.
Is your car ready to make it to the end zone? Bring it to Matthews Motors and score big on servicing your vehicle.
That's right, Foz. We have a playbook full of unbeatable deals. Come in today to get a free multi-point inspection and a free tire rotation.
Our team of factory-trained technicians is ready to tackle any car issue. Whether it's a Hail Mary or a field goal, no job is too big.
Don't fumble the opportunity to save big at Matthews Motors. Check us out on our website for updated service specials. We are the walking man and woman's friend.
We're talking to Takayo here at Buffalo Wild Wings Old Eastwood Road location. Mike Vaccaro with you alongside Takayo Siddle, head coach of the Seahawks. So you play Thursday, Coach. Typically it is Thursday, Saturday, but because TV is in the equation, you go to Sunday. And after such a physical game on Thursday, was it a plus to have that extra day of rest and preparation as well?
I think so. It made me feel better. I'm sure our guys felt a little bit more fresh to go out and play the game, but it made me feel better from a preparation standpoint. We were able to really dial in and get everything in that we needed to. But yeah, that was. I kind of wish we played some Sunday games like that to give us those 2 days.
2 days, and obviously some good officiating. A great crew, a veteran crew yesterday as well. So you're getting ready for Delaware, and no Jameer Nelson Jr. He decided to transfer after last year went to TCU. Yeah, thank goodness if you're a Seahawk fan. But still, they had a lot of weapons, and Jair Davis is one of them. Your thoughts going into this game and where your emphasis was with Delaware?
Yeah, I always, I give Martin and the staff credit. They always have talented players, and that's an easy place to recruit to, and they do a really good job identifying the talent and character fit that they need, and they've had a lot of success in their program, but they're talented. We talked about that at the beginning. They have size at each position. They're athletic. We knew they would try to get out and run on us. We knew they would try to attack the offensive glass on us, and they did that. And then on the other end, their size would bother us at the rim. We felt like it would bother us at the rim if we didn't take the right type of shots. And so getting into the paint and making the right decisions was something that we harped on, and I thought we did that for the majority of the game. And I wanted to really be aggressive, pushing the basketball on makes and misses, getting into our pressure and standing in their face. And we did it enough, but I'd like to see us do it a little bit more.
79-74 the final score. UNCW wins this game, back and forth at times, and a lot of scoring. And I thought you set the tone early on because the score, I think, was 4-2. You're down to start the game, and you called a timeout. What did you not like at that point?
Well, we had been practicing leading up to the game. We had been practicing doubling the post, and then they had some of their guards like to dribble down from the perimeter of the post, and we had been talking about doubling that so we wouldn't get Shaquem and those guys in foul trouble. And when Jair Davis was posting up, we wanted to get the ball out of his hands with a trap, and the first 4 possessions we didn't do it one time. And I knew that with everything going on around us, with the crowd, I knew that could be an issue. So I wanted to call a timeout and get us back in check, or get us in check to make sure that we were trying to execute the game plan and execute what we had been working on. So that's what that was about.
Well, certainly, again, it helped. And then I thought going to that second unit helped because those guys brought an energy that was a little bit different than the first unit.
They brought a lot of toughness. When they got in, guys, that's when all the loose balls started happening, a lot of deflections. I thought Shim did a really good job setting the tone with that group. Noah was flying around. Nolan, he showed a lot of toughness. Those guys did a really good job. Nick gave us good minutes. I thought for that time that they were in, that first rotation that they were in, the front half of it, they did a really good job, and then I thought the back half, they got a little loose, and we let them get some transition points, and we took some bad shots on the other end, but they did a lot of really good things, and I'm very proud of them.
Yeah, the toughness chain went to one of those guys, Nolan Hodge, as you said. What did you like about what he did? You look at his numbers, for Hodge, some pretty good numbers here. 7 points, 4 rebounds, played 16 minutes, was 3 of 5, 1 of 3 from three-point range as well.
It's always been about, with him, hey, stop worrying about if your shot's not falling. Stop worrying about your offense and lock into having great defensive energy and toughness and making sure that you're diving on the floor. And he attacked all the loose balls. He was diving on the floor. He was flying in for offensive rebounds. He was making the right play. I thought he played a very complete game.
Leading scorer in this game, 19 points, Trezarian White, 17 for Shaquem Phillips, 13 for KJ Jenkins as well. So the 3 there, and again, you put the hands, late game situation, of the ball in the hands of Shaquem Phillips. They know what's coming. They just can't stop it.
He's tough to cover. I talked about how athletic and physical he is, and they didn't have their best matchup on him. They ended up switching it on that last possession, but it wasn't necessarily designed for him to go 1-4 flat. We were just trying to clear out a gap for him to drive it. He turned it into ISO ball for himself, which I was okay with because he had a mismatch up top. But he's tough. The guy was backed off of him because he was scared of his speed, and he just rose up and made a couple big baskets.
he is really somebody who embraces that mid-range jump shot. You know, for guys these days, it's either drive to the basket, shoot three. Why for him as he embraced that and made him such a big part of his arsenal?
That's just, if you watched him in high school, he was getting to the rim and shooting pull-ups, and he was doing it at will. He's mastered it. He works on it. That's where he's comfortable at. And like I said, people are gapping him because he can really get to the rim. And so he's got to be able to knock that down, and he's worked really hard to be able to make that shot consistently.
An adjustment in this game. First half, you had the lead, 38-36 at halftime. They were hitting the threes, you were hitting the free throws, but then it changed. What changed defensively for you that limited their threes in the second half?
Well, we pressed them a lot. And we tried to flush them to the rim a little bit more. And we weren't doing it as much as I wanted us to throughout the game. But every made basket, we were trying to get into one of our presses, and we were trapping, and they kind of flushed them to the rim, and it made them play a little bit faster than I think Martin wanted them to play. They wanted the game in the 60s, and we had talked about before the game, trying to make them play our style, and I think we did a good job of that.
Yeah, you told me pregame you thought it was going to be maybe 80s, 90s, nearly there. 79-74 the final score. You get back to 500 in conference play at 2-2. Not that you can relax, but can you breathe a little bit easier knowing that, okay, now you're right back in the mix in the conference?
I wouldn't say
maybe relax isn't the right word.
Yeah, I mean, we have to, I want to go 3-2. Then I want to go 4-2. But we have to take this thing one day at a time. Today, I'm just locked into today and making sure that, I'm watching a lot of Elon film, trying to get caught up on that, and just making sure that we take care of our days. And then when the games come, making sure that we're trying to get a little bit better in that game. So, no, I'm not relaxing. No, it doesn't make it easier. When you win, the way I'm built, I want more. So, and the way we get more is just stick to our process and lock in.
Try to get more this week. Again, at Elon on Thursday, home against Charleston on Saturday. We'll talk about those matchups a little bit later on. We'll take a break here. Back with our Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week when we return. Stay with us. Talking to Takayo rolls on after this.
You know one thing I love about Buffalo Wild Wings? You can get wings with any of their 26 sauces and dry rubs for takeout and delivery. That's like bringing an entire B-dubs home with you, which you can't do. I tried. I've knocked down so many walls, only to then be told to halt construction because I'm not zoned to be a sports bar. Kind of just looks like a big pergola or something because of the lack of walls. At least these 26 sauces and dry rubs are available to go. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At Pawn USA, we buy, sell, trade, and loan money on almost anything. Buying? Come check out our amazing inventory at our 5 convenient locations. Selling? We can give you cash or a loan for your items on the spot. Find the Pawn USA nearest you in Wallace, Charlotte, Leland, and in Wilmington, and we'll work with you for an enjoyable and beneficial experience. Ask about our free layaway plan and check us out at pawnusa.net and on eBay. There's always a new find at Pawn USA.
Hampton Inn University and Hampton Inn Suites, Landville Park are proud UNCW Seahawks sponsors. Award-winning hotels providing rooms, suites, catering, and meeting rooms. Ask for the Seahawks special. Call 910-399-9006. That's 910-399-9006. HamptonInns.com and support the Seahawks.
Walk-On athletes put everything they got into the game. Walk-On Sports Bistro puts everything they got into bringing you game day with the taste of Louisiana. Dig in to mouth-watering made-from-scratch Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. All in front of 70-plus TVs with 40 beers on tap. Watching the game at home? Well, Walk-On's family and friends bundles are available to go. You can order online or through the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, more than restaurant. 3710 Oleander Drive in Wilmington.
They say consistency is the key to success. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently refreshing and light? Michelob Ultra, only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
From sporty SUVs to rugged and dependable trucks, the Ford lineup has something for everyone, and Capital Ford makes it easy to find the right one for you. Shop online at CapitalFordWilmington.com. That's CapitalFordWilmington.com, where you'll find over 2,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. You can fill out a finance application, get a quote for your trade, and even complete your purchase completely online. Or come see us on Oleander Drive. And remember, if you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
The Ogden Tap Room opened its doors in the summer of 2013. The goal? Create a family-friendly restaurant and bar where the locals gather to eat, drink, and celebrate special occasions. 5 years later, it's just that. We open daily for lunch and dinner, and the bar is well known for its state-of-the-art draft system. We also have a wonderful patio that's perfect for live music and events. Come join us at the Ogden Tap Room. We'd love to share our great food, drinks, and service with you.
Join O2 Fitness and save $15 per month with the UNCW Student Special. Your membership gives you access to all 4 locations in Wilmington, located on Independence Boulevard, Racine Drive, in Mayfair Town Center, and in Porter's Neck. Visit in club or go to o2fitnessclubs.com/UNCW. That's the letter O, the number 2, fitnessclubs with an S.com/UNCW, and a membership advisor will help you get started with your student rate.
When it comes to industrial, hydraulic, hose, and marine supplies, FP Pencil Supply Company is a company you can trust. If we don't have what you need in stock, we'll get it. If you need help troubleshooting a problem, we'll do our best to solve it at competitive prices. We call it the Pencil Focus. Simply put, we know trust comes from a good experience, and we've been providing that to our customers from Wilmington to Jacksonville for 50 years. On the web at fencelsupply.com. That's FENSEL supply.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently refreshing and light? Michelob Ultra, only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Talking to Takayo at Buffalo Wild Wings Old Eastwood Road location. Keep in mind, we're back at it next Monday as well. If you didn't have a chance to come out today, a chance next week to hear from the coach and hear us talk UNCW Seahawk basketball. Talking right now about the Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week this week. It is Shaquem Phillips. In the 2 games, he averaged 16.6 points per game, 52% shooting from the field, 67% shooting from 3, 100%, 7 of 7 from the free throw line, averaged 1 assist, no turnovers in the 2 games, 1.5 steals as well. And again, high shooting percentage for the season. He's second in the conference. He's shooting better than 53%. The mid-range jump shot, it's there. He's been consistent. But then some of those other drives, Coach, some of them a high degree of difficulty, yet he's knocking them in. For him to be shooting as high of a percentage as he is, that's incredible, I think, to see, again, some of the shots that he's taken.
Yeah, I mean, you can think back to probably when he was growing up and like who he is. He just loves playing basketball, so he was probably out on the playground a lot, playing in the front yard, in the gravel. He's probably just, one of those guys that just loves just playing basketball. I can only imagine that. And then to see him now, he's probably over there in the gym right now, and then he'll come back tonight. He's just a gym rat, and when you really work at it like he does, and you're obsessed with it like he is, you study it, you work at it, and you give yourself an opportunity to play well every night. Not guaranteeing it, but you give yourself a chance. And I trust him. I trust him a lot, and believe in him more than anything.
He is now 15th on the all-time scoring list at UNCW. He passed up Craig Ponder recently. Really? Has there been any trash talking between those two?
I don't think they know.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
We got to bring that to attention.
We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's absolutely going to be the first thing that I talk about in our film session.
There you go. And Craig Ponder's played more games for UNCW than anybody else, 130. But Shaquem Phillips, 15 games away from that. So he has a chance to pass him up again for a school record this time as well.
Both were in school for 7 years.
Yeah, no.
No, that's awesome. I didn't know any of that, but we're definitely going to pick on Craig about that one.
There you go. Craig Ponder, one of the best. But it's Shaquem Phillips, our Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, what legends are made of. So your Carolina Ford dealer, proud partner of Seahawk Athletics. So again, you're on the kind of the longest stretch of the weekend, ready now Sunday to Thursday as well. What does that give you guys, beyond some extra time? How do you utilize that extra time here?
Well, we're taking today off. They need it. I didn't want to, but it's probably necessary. Then we'll get after it tomorrow for a little while. As we start preparing for Elon, and Wednesday, our day before the game is really light. I don't know what we'll do, but we won't be in there for very long, and then we'll travel Wednesday, get down there early enough to get everything done so they can relax and get some rest and make sure they're hydrated, make sure they're getting their mind right, and then I think our shoot around is at 12 o'clock on Thursday, so we'll have a lot of time to recover and get ready for the game, and it's going to be a dogfight.
Typically a regular practice is maybe 2 hours. Are you ever going 2 hours at this point in the season?
No, and I want to. I want to. But, when I was my second year here, I had a group of veterans with Mike and both Jalen's and James, those guys. And, they pulled me in. They came to my office one day all at once, and I was like, oh, man, what do y'all want? And they were like, Coach, hey, look, we're old. We've had a lot of miles on our body. We need to tone it down a little bit. And so for me, I'm always going to listen to them, and it worked out for us. And I have a similar group now, and we had the same conversation about 2 weeks ago about dialing it down. So it's about an hour, and on that day after a day off, we normally go about an hour and 30. And then the day before the game, we like to get it down to about an hour, which is probably no contact, just making sure we're sharpening up everything.
Well, you always talk about culture, and that kind of says something about the culture for those guys trusting to be able to come to you and let you know, hey, let's work together to find a nice, even balance.
Right. And that's the number one thing that's on my coach's responsibilities, and one of my rules for myself is we have an open door policy. I don't let those guys sit in there with their doors closed, and our guys are always coming in and out of our office, and I want them to feel comfortable with that. I want them to I want to make sure we forge relationships with them, and they felt comfortable enough to come and talk to me about that. And we're in a rut. We're telling them what they need to do so much. I want them to feel like they can come to me and talk to me without me being stubborn and having a big ego and not listen to them. So I think the communication factor is so important.
And certainly the byproduct is what you're seeing right now with this program. Currently this season, 11-5, 2-2 in the conference. We'll take a break here. More to come when we get back. We're going to talk about college basketball and how it's tied to the I Have a Dream speech from Dr. Martin Luther King on this MLK Day. So stay with us. Coach knows about this. I'm not surprised. He knows a lot of things in history. So we'll tell you about it if you don't know when we get back. Stay with us. Talking to Takayo after this.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talking basketball, but legendary teams let their performance do the talking. Like the Ford Bronco SUV, rugged and powerful so you can conquer just about any terrain. Connectivity that allows you to stay in touch, designed to make your adventures worth talking about for years to come. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. That's what legends are made of. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Kennedy's Real Estate Service is your local company for all your residential, brokerage, management, and appraisal needs in the Wilmington and New Hanover County area. Tim is not only a UNCW alumni, he has been your friendly broker since 1994 and providing residential appraisal since 1997. Give him a call, 910-799-1068, or visit him on the web at KennedyRES.com.
Dr. Christopher Branco of Oleander Chiropractic wants you to know that you don't have to be a UNCW athlete to be treated like one. Stop by Oleander Chiropractic on Oleander Drive in the Arboretum behind Port City, Java, and you'll get the best care in a safe, comfortable family atmosphere. Dr. Branco has 15 years experience and is the official chiropractic consultant of UNCW Athletics. Oleander Chiropractic is open Monday through Friday with morning and evening appointments available. Most insurance is accepted. For help, tips, and coupons, visit OleanderChiropractic.com.
All-Star Flags is the Cape Fear source for all of your flag-related needs with high-quality American-made flags and poles. We also specialize in custom flags and banners, including the championship banners hanging within Trask Coliseum. All-Star Flags offers full-service installation on flagpoles, both residential and commercial. Visit our showroom and browse through our selection of U.S., state, military, sports, and international flags. Or check us out online at allstarflags.com. All-Star Flags, quality in every star.
Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast bake goodness into your morning. Pick any two handcrafted favorites for only $5. Choose a made-from-scratch biscuit stacked with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or a country fried steak biscuit. With Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast, you get double the breakfast goodness, now served till noon every day. Hardee's, goodness in the making. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary. Exclusions may apply by time of day.
Experience what coastal living is all about in a sailfish boat from Marine Warehouse Center. Sailfish boats have been a trusted name in fishing for over 30 years with expertly crafted boats that provide the ultimate offshore fishing and on-water family experiences. Our boats are packed to the brim with features to accommodate the entire crew. Marine Warehouse has sailfish boats with Yamaha-powered outboards in stock. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Marine Warehouse on Market Street or marinewarehousecenter.com. Be your best self with a membership to Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. Planet Fitness's goals for members is to feel fit-tacular through exceptional PF member experiences. For just 33 cents a day, that's $10 a month, you'll build both fitness and relationships. The Wilmington area has 3 locations, including one close to campus on Kerr Avenue and also one in Shallotte. Let Planet Fitness make you a better you and have a little fun along the way. Check out Planet Fitness at planetfitness.com.
Wilmington has trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments for more than 76 years. Come visit our brand new store in Independence Mall and shop the area's largest selection of diamonds, bridal jewelry, diamond fashion, Pandora, and much more. Wilmington has voted Reed's as the best jeweler for a reason. Quality jewelry, a friendly atmosphere, and personalized service are what sets us apart. Come visit us to celebrate all life's moments at Reed's Jewelers' beautiful new store at Independence Mall.
Are you ready to take your truck to the next level? Matthews Motors Truck and Accessory Center is your one-stop destination for all things trucks.
We offer a wide range of high-quality accessories and services to make your truck truly yours. Truly yours. Leveling kits starting at $99.99.
Plus, our certified technicians will make sure your accessories are installed correctly and efficiently so you can hit the road with confidence.
Check out Matthews Motors Truck and Accessory Center today at 6480 Market Street. Let's modify your ride.
Back here talking to Takayo at Buffalo Wild Wings, Old Eastwood Road location. Mike Vaccaro with the coach, Takayo Siddle. On this MLK Day, and we started off talking about a connection between the I Have a Dream speech and college basketball in particular, and you knew it. George Raveling is a connection. So George Raveling played basketball at Villanova, 1957 and 1960, excuse me. Eventually went on to be a head coach at Washington State, Iowa, and Southern Cal. But while he was at school at Villanova, he was at the 1963 March on Washington doing security, and he stood next to and close to Dr. Martin Luther King after that speech. He saw him, he had it, he said, well, what are you going to do with that speech? Can I have it? And he said, yeah, sure, here.
Yeah.
So George Raveling took that speech, maybe knowing some significance, but not knowing the huge significance it would have, and still has that. Actually donated, I guess, at one point in 2021 to Villanova as well. But when you think of that speech, it's just crazy to think of somebody like George Raveling has that actual speech.
Absolutely, and George, I think he's kind of got a little famous off of that too. But his, he did so much for our game as well. But this is always we've always had practice or a prep day on Martin Luther King Day, and just from being around the program, we always make sure that we take some time in the morning to watch the I Have a Dream speech and talk about the significance of that speech and of who Martin Luther King is, and just to make sure our guys understand that he did a lot. He did a lot for us to be in the position that we're in right now. If it wasn't for him, Mike, I don't know if we'd all be in here together. I don't know if we'd maybe sitting beside each other doing what we're doing. He was. This is a very, very important time, a very special day for everybody.
Yeah, to be able to honor his legacy. And again, you go to D.C. every year for the CAA tournament as well. Does that mean a little bit more to you as well to be in that area where, again, he gave such a significant speech?
It does. I would love for us to have some time to take our guys over there, but it does. I always sit back and just kind of reflect on things. And when we're there, especially as soon as we get there, that's something that I always think about and I go back and look at the speech, and it was so impactful in my life, and a lot of us for sure.
On a side note with George Raveling, he eventually he was an assistant coach in the 1984 Olympic team with Bob Knight, where Michael Jordan played on. He would go on to work with Nike, and he's kind of partly responsible, I think, for getting Jordan to sign with Nike.
Yeah,
that's pretty significant as well. Not that it trumps having the I Have a Dream speech, but George Raveling, pretty well traveled, well known.
Absolutely. I think, especially when you look back then, Mike, him being an African American, and his mom being comfortable enough to have their relationship with George. I think it really got them over the hump because he was about to sign with Adidas. And I think the relationship that George had with Mike's mom really got him over the hump.
Yeah, if you ever watched the movie Air, you'll see kind of some of this play out in that movie as well. So, again, the connection, George Raveling is that connection to the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech, as he has that actually donated it to Villanova, his alma mater. We'll take our final break here. When we get back, we'll start to preview the week ahead for UNCW. It's Elon on the road on Thursday. Charleston, a big home game. Another sellout expected Saturday in Trask Coliseum. We'll talk about those matchups next. Stay with us.
At Pawn USA, we buy, sell, trade, and loan money on almost anything. Buying? Come check out our amazing inventory at our 5 convenient locations. Selling? We can give you cash or a loan for your items on the spot. Find the Pawn USA nearest you in Wallace, Charlotte, Leland, and in Wilmington, and we'll work with you for an enjoyable and beneficial experience. Ask about our free layaway plan and check us out at pawnusa.net and on eBay. There's always a new find at Pawn USA.
From sporty SUVs to rugged and dependable trucks, the Ford lineup has something for everyone, and Capital Ford makes it easy to find the right one for you. Shop online at CapitalFordWilmington.com. That's CapitalFordWilmington.com, where you'll find over 2,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. You can fill out a finance application, get a quote for your trade, and even complete your purchase completely online. Or come see us on Oleander Drive. And remember, if you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much.
Hampton Inn University and Hampton Inn Suites Landville Park are proud UNCW Seahawks sponsors. Award-winning hotels providing rooms, suites, catering, and meeting rooms. Ask for the Seahawks special. Call 910-399-9006. That's 910-399-9006. HamptonInns.com and support the Seahawks.
Today we have two very special guests on our program. Introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
It's bow time. Tis the season for food and family, but thanks to Bojangles, you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen when loved ones come home for the holidays. Set down the spatula and put away the mixing bowls, because this holiday season, Bojangles is ready to help you celebrate with all your family favorites, like Chicken Supreme, Cajun Filet Biscuits, or a big bow box of hand-breaded chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and fixins for the whole family. We'll make the food so you can focus on making memories. Head to Bojangles and gift yourself a taste of home. It's bow time.
Keith Altman with Alpha Mortgage. As a former Seahawk, I know the importance of teamwork. So whether you're here at Trask Coliseum or at beautiful Brooks Field, take comfort in knowing that my team has you covered. From downtown to the suburbs to the beach. Give Alpha Mortgage a call. And go Hawks!
When it comes to industrial, hydraulic, hose, and marine supplies, FP Fensel Supply Company is a company you can trust. If we don't have what you need in stock, we'll get it. If you need help troubleshooting a problem, we'll do our best to solve it at competitive prices. We call it the Fensel Focus. Simply put, we know trust comes from a good experience, and we've been providing that to our customers from Wilmington to Jacksonville for 50 years. On the web at fenselsupply.com. That's FENSEL supply.com.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Like to wrap things up on this week's edition of Talking to Takayo. As we turn the page, get ready for game number 5 in conference play for UNCW on the road at Elon on Thursday night. Coach, let's talk about this team. They're 8-9, 1-3 right now in the conference, losing at home for the first time on Saturday, but they're still 6-1 at home this season. It's a relatively young team. You're a more veteran team than them. When you look at them at tape, what do you see? And is that youthfulness? Is it something that you can take advantage of in some form or fashion?
We'll certainly talk about that. Their team is made up of freshmen and sophomores that are really good players, and they shoot the three very well. They make close to 10 a game, so we have to guard the three-point line, and they're getting about, in conference play, they're getting about 14 offensive rebounds a game, so we got to make sure that we rebound the basketball. But on the flip side, there's things that we can exploit with them. The things that we do well, they don't cover so well. We're really good inside the arc, touching the paint, getting to the free throw line, and they foul the most out of anybody in our league. And they're last in our league in 2-point field goal percentage. So it'll be a tough game. You know how it is when we go there. They're going to pump it up. It's a rivalry game. We beat them twice last year, so we have to make sure that we lock in on Elon and focus in on taking care of business on Thursday. We can't be worried and thinking about Saturday at all.
Well, that leads to a question from Joshua Warner here about your philosophy with rivalry games. Obviously, Saturday's a rivalry game. These two teams, UNCW Charleston, have been very good. How do you approach that? How do you discuss it? And is it something you discuss with your kids?
We'll talk about just a few things that I've jotted down so far. first things first is we have to, the way I approach it is I've said it earlier, the data in front of us, okay? What's the next thing in front of you? Attack it the way you need to attack it. Focus on that, okay? That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's what we're locked in on, all right? And then we talk about the crowd being what it's going to be and making sure that we execute our game plan, making sure we don't get out of character. Those are some of the things that we talk about, and we experienced last year in the first half. They put it on us really good because we weren't tough enough. So it's a lot of different things that go into it, but the main thing is making sure that we take care of the data that's in front of us.
So again, 2 games this week on the road, at home on Saturday. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
And if you cannot make it to those games this week, we'll have the call for you both on at 95.9 The Breeze. Starting on Thursday, 6:45 airtime from Elon, the Seahawks, and the Phoenix. Thanks for joining us here today on this MLK Day. And again, we'll see you next week, another edition of Talking to Takayo right here at Buffalo Wild Wings, Old Eastwood Road location. Have a great day, everybody.